Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Levi Stadium. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. This return makes it up to the 25. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Gets it to him on the screen. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
On comes Bradley Pinion. Spent his first 4 seasons in the Bay Area to punt it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Purdy setting up that play action. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running back sent in motion left. On 3rd down, Purdy escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Play action now with Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Purdy on first down. He's on the move. The ball's out, he lost it. And this is gonna stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Gotta have better ball security than that.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's gonna be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's gonna make you pay.
Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll motion a tight end left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he'll go down here at the 16.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. From the gun is Purdy. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown! For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Caught out left. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Penix. It's into the hands of Mooney. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 from the 41. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Penix working from the gun. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. San Francisco headed out for its 2nd possession of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Throw left side, complete. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They send a tight end in motion. From the 25 on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They kick the running back in motion. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Pretty throwing here on first. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Lorenzo Carter there to bring him down. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Caught by Jennings. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Falcons going nickel to defend this third down play. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a 49er first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. And got his man, that's a San Francisco touchdown! The 49ers take a 13-0 lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here comes Williams on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Penix. That's brought in by Moody. He's got to gain a 6 there. Brought down by Fred Warner.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 39. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Penix now on first down. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Penix on first down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons make it a 1-score game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end in motion right. From the 35 on 2nd down. Kittle brings it in. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming. From the gun is Purdy. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself. On 1st down, here's Penix.
He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Falcons will have a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Fred Warner. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 36. Along the sideline, and Pitts brings it in. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Penix working from the gun. He's got it near the 10. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Samuel now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They've got 1st down from the 31. Now it's Purdy. Short pass brought in. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Motioning left is their running back. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Throwing the out route complete. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now Purdy. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Purdy to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
On 3rd down, Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They've got 1st down from the 31. From the shotgun, Penix. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
They motion a receiver left. On 2nd down, Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Penix looking to pass. Pitts brings it in. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought down by Javon Hargrave.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Third down, it's Penix. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. He can run it. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Purdy on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer, but give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Running back sent in motion. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Oh, they're going to run the option in the short side. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They stick with McCaffrey. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 2nd quarter lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, man, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. McLeod now returning it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
From the 30 on 2nd down. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. It's into the hands of Mooney. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Falcons with some work to do, trailing in this game. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. And again, it's Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Jair Brown.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. 2nd and 4. Got a man, Robinson has it. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Jair Brown.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
What a great opportunity for him. You can almost feel that bounce in his step. Facing a southpaw and he gets to rush the blind side. Well, anytime he beats that right tackle, it just comes down to his closing speed and his finishing ability at the quarterback.
Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. Now they send their back in motion right. Pretty throwing here on first. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Samuel now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. First down throw by Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Going to the ground again on first. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun is Purdy. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Falcons going nickel to defend this 3rd down play. Purdy throwing here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So out now comes the punter. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Falcons will take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 18 on 2nd down. That's caught in stride by McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go. To throw again, it's Purdy. Oh, no touchdown, it's intercepted! Picked off by A.J. Terrell. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Robinson on the inside give. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by Fred Warner. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. The tight end going in motion right. 3rd down, it's Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Here's Purdy to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the 49ers bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll start this series with an option left. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And that's good for a gain of 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a 49er 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Purdy on 1st down. Caught by Jennings. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 1. State, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the shotgun, Penix. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Penix setting up the running back screen. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The home teams are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 38. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Purdy to throw it. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Handoff on 2nd and short. Has room inside the 25. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Got used check, and it's complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The 49ers take a 13-point lead. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Charvarius Ward brings him down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Penix here from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Now we're on with Robinson. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Penix on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one gains 7. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Penix on 1st down. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Second and 10, Penix to throw. Flush down now to his left. And he's hit and dropped. So that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter with him picking himself up after that sack. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Throwing Penix. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a 21-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Penix now. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Going power with a big tight end. And he's going to make it in for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes? Yep. No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want to run it right down their throat.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Purdy looking to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. It's a gain of 4. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. To throw again, it's Purdy. Dump off caught by his back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
You know, as a quarterback, you got to give your man enough space to make that catch inbounds. That was off just enough to carry him to the sideline before he could establish possession.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. Moody knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running left is Robinson. Jukes out a one-stop. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Penix now on 1st down. That's brought in by Mooney. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Penix finds his target, Robinson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this is going to put them up to 6 punts today. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun is Purdy. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Woo! I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Now a give, it's McCaffrey headed right. And this one does not go far. 3 yards on the carry, and now they face 4th down.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Short drop, but he still gets away a very good punt. Punt taken near midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now this offense ready to head back out. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Penix looking to pass. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. Got all of it, and this is good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Samuel now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the 49ers on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Kittle's got it on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They kick the running back in motion. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 46, he'll get this to Samuel. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a 49er first down. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now it's Purdy. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
On now comes their punter. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Their offense running back out now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Able to hit Robinson. Complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. He's back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Penix on first down. That's completed right side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 24 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Penix working from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Penix here from the gun. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Falcons losing by 7. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. He'll throw it. Setting up the screen. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Got a man, it's London. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. A give left side. Here's Robinson. He breaks a tap, and he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut it to a point late in this one. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Samuel now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a huge return sets up the offense on the opposite side of the field.
It's moments like these I remember back to some of the great returners I got a chance to play with, and you could feel it. Before the kickoff even happened, you could feel their energy. They know the moment. They know the magnitude of the return, and that guy just captured all of it.
The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. He'll look to throw it. Rolling left behind some, and they got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing now. Buys time, rolling. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Into the hands of Pitts. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. They'll run it with Bijan. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Here comes Williams on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
2nd and 4. Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Robinson on the inside give. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Penix now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd and 10. Penix to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punt team on the field. And this needs to be a good one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Running back sent in motion. Got used check, and it's complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Now it's Purdy. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Man in motion, headed right. On first down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Offense to the line for second down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Quick slant to Samuel. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
They've got first down from the 31. Motioning the tight end now. Pretty throwing here on first. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Here's 2nd and 5. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Purdy. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.